Oof.
My fingers. It slipped.
Okay. On this example right here, when you have a rational exponent, fraction, like we just did, 8 to the 2/3 power. You didn't know you were doing that, although you did. That's the root. What you're used to is square root. Well, there's cube roots, fourth root, fifth root, sixth root, and all roots. When you put an 8 inside with a little 3 here, that means the third root, cube root of 8. What times what times what is 8? 2 to the second power, 4. Or, you would never want to do this with numbers, but you're going to do it with variables. 8 squared cube root. So that's 64. What times what times what is 64? 4. It means the same thing. This way, you're making the number bigger before you take the root. Why would you want to do that? This one, you take the root first, and then you use the exponent. All right? So, when you're doing these on a calculator, it's a piece of cake. You know, 27 caret 4 A and B over C button 3. But I challenge you people that are pretty good with numbers to think about it as the third root of 27. What times what times what is 27?
3.
Yeah, these numbers are going to be little because 27 is not a big number.
No.
To the fourth power,
81. Yeah,
81. Okay? Or, if you put it in your calculator, you'll get 81. I don't want you to use your calculator if you don't have to. 64 to the 1/6 power plus 25 to the 1/2 power. Okay? Now, this is the
Oh, I know.
6th root of 64.
I know the answer. It's going to be, so to simplify it further, it'd be 2
2 to the first power, it's 2.
2 plus.
Come on, you guys, if you're going to multiply something times itself 6 times, it can't be a very big number. Okay, plus, this is nothing more than the square root of 25, which is 5. 7.
Easy.
Of course, if you put it in your calculator, you don't need parentheses or anything because your calculator knows to do the roots first,
Because it's smart.
and then it'll add. So it'll be 64 caret 1 A and B over C button 6 plus 25. I mean, this is a square. 1/2 is the square root. If I change this 1/2 to 3, that just means take the square root first and then take it to the third power. All right? I'm going to throw variables in, so hang in there. So let's do another one. 216 to the 2/3 power. That's the cube root of 216. Something times something times something is 216. Come on, you could.
I don't remember.
Well, it can't be a 5 because that would end in 5.
4.
Yeah, say it.
72?
No, that's way too big. Think about 72 times 72 is over 4,000.
I know. Is it 4?
That's a great guess. 4 times 4 times 4. It's not big enough. That's only 64. It's 6.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay? And that would be 6 squared, which is 36. But if you get one that, I just can't think of it, use your calculator if you have to. All right? Now, yesterday on your quiz, when you had a problem like this, you multiplied and got A to the 10th, B to the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today,
Oh, no.
Oh, you messed up.
Yeah.
I was
I did?
B to the 15th. I wrote up my hand.
I messed up. Okay, today, A to the 6th, B to the 3rd, to the 2/3 power.
Oh, Lord.
Now, you're not going to be able to use a calculator to put an A in, but you can use your calculator to take 6 times 2/3. But I challenge you not to use your calculator. 6 times 2/3 is just 6 times 2 divided by 3.
Which is 4.
4. 3 times 2 divided by 3. Okay? Good, good.
Good.
But you can use your calculator to do this times this and this times this. I'm going to make them come out to whole numbers. Okay?
Yeah, that would be not so fun if it wasn't.
Oh yeah, I'll make it whole numbers. So let's take x equals 16. 5x to the 3/4 power. Now, of course, you can take your calculator and put 5 times 16
I already got it.
caret. You already know the answer. I love that.
I already know the answer.
What is the answer?
So it would be 5 times 12. Because 16 times 3 is 48 divided by 4.
No.
Oh, wait, wrong number. Crap.
The 4th root of 16. Something times something times something times something is 16. 2. 2 to the 3rd power.
Hey, I was only half wrong. I was only half wrong because 6 is half of wrong.
No.
That's not
Better
how it
math
works out.
logic and wrong logic.
All right, let's talk about variables. Let's say I have a to the 12th to the 4th root. So something times something times something times something is this.
3.
A to the 3rd, not just 3. What you're basically doing is taking these 12 A's and don't do this. I'm just explaining what's happening. And putting them into groups of 4.
Can't you just like divide
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted you to realize.
Yes.
All you have to do, since you're putting them into groups, is divide 12 by 3. It'll work every time. For variables. Can't do it with numbers, but it works for variables. So then what happens to this? X to the 6th, y to the 3rd, z to the 12th, 3. Who can do it? Jada.
X to the 2nd, y, and then z to the 4th.
That's it. Simple, simple?
There's no way to show work on that, right?
Right? Okay, let's get really crazy.
All right, yes.
X to the 1/6 power, W to the 4th, all to the 6th power, divided by the cube root of W to the 3rd power.
What? All right, so
What should I do, Anise?
You could like knock out the 1/6.
Right. 1/6 times 6 is 1. What's 4 times 6?
24.
What's the cube root of W cubed? Now you have one more step.
Simplify x 20, x w 23.
Yeah. Look at you. You're doing math you've never seen in your life. How many minutes on there right now?
8:49.
Oh, good. We got
Is
lots
that
of
8
time.
or 6?
Oh, we got all.
I've got eyes.
A to the 1/2 power, B to the 5th, all to the 6th power over B to the 30th. A to the 3rd, B to the 30th. Yes.
Good job.
Okay. How about x squared y to the 1/2 to the 4th power over x to the 8th? All right. No, I don't want an 8th. I want a 6.
Oh.
Okay, so what do we get first?
We get x,
X to the 8th.
y to the 2nd, then over x to the 6th.
Final answer?
X
to the
squared,
second,
y
y to the
squared.
You guys are doing great.
Yes.
Very humble.
This is basically what you have to realize here.
She said
Okay.
harder one right now.
And then it's gonna get
You know what? It's not gonna be a lot harder.
Uh-huh.
It seems like it's easier with the variables.
It is easier with the variables.
But then when you add the numbers,
A to the 2/5 power, B to the 1/3 power, C to the 15th power, all to the 5th power, over A to the 4th, B to the 6th, C to the 10th. Okay? That's as hard as it's ever going to get.
A squared.
Okay, wait. A squared, right? 2 times 5 divided by 5.
let's see.
B 5 over 3.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that to you.
Oh yeah, why
How's that?
Yeah.
B to the
B
first,
B.
so just B.
And C to the 60th.
No.
Um,
75, my guy.
75. Okay, let's rewrite. Don't do in your head, please. Final answer?
It's gonna be
Where's the A's?
On the
On the
bottom.
bottom.
A squared on the bottom,
B to the 5th on the
B
bottom.
to the 5th on the bottom.
C to the 65 on the top.
60.
And look how hard that looked. Okay?
Only in a couple of steps. 3.
I love it that you get so let's go over the quiz then, and then we'll come back to this.
Yes.
All right? I know you're dying to see your quiz grades.
Yes.
Alright.